that's the thing. I'm actually kind of excited about this game. I am. I can say that. I enjoyed playing 14, and I don't think a lot of people really will say that, to be honest with you. That said, the whole time I'm watching the animations, the whole time I'm watching the way the characters look and stuff, it reminded me of something that I'd seen before, and I finally realized what it was.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
There's something about this animation style. It's like this very cheap 3D animation thing. And the reason why I show it is because, honestly, I get the same kind of vibes from this.
Sub-Zero.
Alright, so first things first. You know, you've already seen it by now. 2 weeks late. Pretty appropriate for this channel. Fuck it. Let's just run this shit. KOF 15, everybody's been talking about it. But what's all the fuss about? You know, fuck it. Let's just do it live. As someone who played KOF 14, probably put more coins into it than a lot of other people, I want a better experience and payoff when it comes to the game, right? So here's the first thing. It looks better, right? It obviously looks better. Leona, K-Dash, Mai. Bro, why she gotta look like Vienna Sausage's arms, first of all? So here's the thing. People gonna get tight. People gonna get mad. Here's the thing, bro. If you've learned anything, it's that some of these games, presentation matters. So this one obviously was much better, received, right? One thing, Meitenkun actually doesn't look too bad, but there's still this weird kind of thing about the way they look and the way they animate. 58-second video, by the way. 10 seconds is just showing his face. Then they zoom in. Bro, who is holding a flashlight on Meitenkun's face like that? Why does he look like this? They're supposed to be standing in a plaza or some shit? Why is somebody in broad daylight holding a flashlight on this motherfucker's face like that? Can you answer that? Is Free&L gonna get mad on Twitter if I ask that question? I think it's fair to ask. By the way, I'm very happy they put him back in here. He was really fun to play in 14. He was on my squad. I fuck with Meitenkun. So yeah, you knew this going into it, right? You knew the SNK, they still were kind of messing with this kind of animation style with 14. That's why a lot of, I think, loyalists kind of cut him some slack with how it looked, right? But then you see that going into Sam's show. Sam's show, of course, has the shaders that I think kind of give it a unique aesthetic and make it look interesting in that way. Like, the problem is the game's just really inconsistent with models and how it looks sometimes. But Sam's show, sometimes some characters I look at and I'm like, man, they look, not that bad. Then other characters I look at and I'm like, Jesus, what happened here? Look, I've been ripping on how this looks so far. The one saving grace to me about this trailer, something that I thought was really, really bad about Sam's show, was the way some of the stages look, bruh. There's a stage in Sam's show where you're in the forest, and there's a deer that's half submerged in the earth, only its head is poking out, and it just lifelessly follows the fighters. It doesn't look real. They put the bad guy from Shrek 1 on the pirate ship. They look fucking awful, dude. The stages look like utter trash most of the time. And it's crazy coming from SNK, which is a company that has such legacy of such a deep legacy of incredible looking stages. The one thing about this trailer that I think makes it better than the other ones is that fucking stage in the background. That shit looks incredible. They got me with this shit. Bro, look at this. This looks clean as hell, does it not? Why does the background look better than the goddamn characters? They also showed off, like, the wall bounce, right? Was it in this trailer? It looks interesting. He was really fun to play in 14. I enjoyed it. So this was the most recent one, right? The Benny Mara one. So they reveal at the end of this trailer that Benny is on the hero team with Meitenkun and with Shun'ei, right? What's cool about that is, like, those two characters, because they're raised by Tung Fu, they have that kind of, like, they represent China in a way, right? What's cool is they reflect that, I think, in little accents about Benny's costume. He's got, like, the Chinese vest, essentially. The Asian, I think it looks cool. So the cool thing that they, I guess, reveal about this is we can take little clues and hints about the system, right? It looks like you'll be able to use EX moves outside of Max. That's Interesting. But also, like, desperation moves too, maybe? It's because it looks like Max doesn't close out until you activate the climax, right? Is that what that's what it looks like? Can I point this out? Bruh, this is the Iori trailer they dropped, what, last week? I've been slacking on the content, man. Give me a break. But look, first 3 seconds is the ESRB shit. So right off the bat, we're at 53 seconds. You don't even have a minute anymore. And then, spoiler, bruh, the last 16 seconds is the fucking logos. What the fuck? There's like, what, 38 fucking seconds of footage in this? Are you fucking kidding me, man? What the fuck? I'm gonna start off with the props. The redesign? This looks fucking sick. His outfit looks fucking... Oh my god, this shit is so tight. I can't wait to see... Man, I can't wait to see colors on this shit. Something I'm really happy about seeing, you watch Iori in motion, right? Look at his hair. It moves, kind of. This just dropped a little while ago, right? They did what? Benny Shune and Mei Tenkun. That's the hero team. That's the new hero team. They showed Iori last week. So now everybody's like, okay, what character now? Maybe it's you know, I'm guessing Mature Vice or whatever. And they put this motherfucker. He's in motion a little bit smoother, if that makes sense. The animations look stiff, but that's just like, that's the game in general so far. A lot of them do. Comparatively, Joe right now, I think his animations look a little bit better. I think marginally at least. So the cuts on this one were a lot better, I thought. So Joe, actually, I think he looks tight. He actually looks good. Like this looks pretty, right? But I said with Mei Tenkun, it looks like when they bring him in, it looks like he's being interrogated by the police at night. Why is there a flashlight in my man's face like this? Bro, I can't be the only person seeing this shit. Yo, the stage, the music, I love it. The stage looks tight, I think. You're like Southtown, the Southtown Beach surf shop or some shit like that? The kicker here is, this game is scheduled to release this year, actually, in 2021. And I'm thinking the same thing that I've said with some other games, too. I want this game delayed. I want them to do some touch-ups on how it looks. I want them to make sure that it has whatever they have planned for netcode and lobbies. Actually, 14 lobbies weren't awful, if I remember correctly. But I want this game, day one, to come out and be able to play and play well. And I want them to make sure that they can touch it up and make it look as good as it possibly can. And the reason why that's important is because I think that if you're not Street Fighter, Marvel, Smash Brothers, I think it's very hard. And if there's anything wrong with the package for some of these other games, I think it's very easy for them to shoot themselves in the foot day one. I think it's very easy. When I say that I want them to delay this game, I want to be very clear. I'm concerned about this as a product dropping day one. And if somebody who buys the game, maybe they're not in mind to be competitive or whatever, I need them to have a good time, and I need them to at least feel like they want to keep playing the game or something, right? Or buy it for a friend, or tell a friend to buy it or something. And I want the package to be complete, because quite frankly, Sam's show was not. Sam's show had a very small window between the time that it was announced, shown, and released, and it showed in the product. I do not want this game to meet the same fate. They're still releasing Sam's show DLC, and you have seen nobody talk about it. I feel like no, the game doesn't even exist anymore. Why? Obvious reasons why, right? Netcode's awful. It's one of the worst packages of fighting games in the modern era. It failed. And the worst part is, the game is actually fun. The worst part is, I kind of like the game. If you don't have the capacity to pull in new players and keep them, look at what happens, dude. It's like time and time again. It's the same shit every time. Listen, I'm not one of these people advocating let ArcSys make the game or anything like that. ArcSys, God bless them. I mean, what they're doing with animation and aesthetics right now is bar none. Like, I think it's top class right now in the genre. Free. I want for SNK to discover their own style. I want them to do it in a way to where it executes and it looks good. That's what I'm saying, man. I want to be able to show this shit to my normie friends and have them be excited about it the way that I can be excited about it. Because, you know, the thing with me is, like, I know the gameplay's going to be fine or at least interesting, you know, at least for the first version or whatever. We'll see. But I know that I'm going to be able to get into it and it's going to be KOF, right? So I can be excited about that. But for other people, they need to see something cool. It has to look clean. It has to look pretty. Do you remember the KOF 14 reveal? That shit was awful. That shit was... it felt like it was day negative whatever, and that they shot themselves in the foot right then and there. That shit was terrible. I don't want that to happen again. I don't want it to be 18 months after KOF 15's out and nobody wants to fucking play anymore. I don't want that shit. I want to be able to play it for a minute. Influencers and Twitter monsters, join hands with me and let us pray that they drop the 5-second trailer where they're just like, I don't want to say the R word, but roll back, you know, whatever they got to do, man. Just make this shit fucking work. The problem is you have to recognize that Majin Obama is a freak. And if you're anything like him, you're probably a freak too. You're a sick fuck. You're nasty. And you're not normal. And that's okay.